Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my Dragon Ball Super Episode 34 review. So we got a lot of answers about our new character, Mr. Frost, the cheater. He's a cheater, and I knew he was a cheater, and this episode confirmed it. He's a cheater. He can't beat Goku. He cannot beat Goku. He's nothing but a dirty cheater. And this proved it, ladies and gentlemen. He cheated. So episode 34. So we got to see some action from Piccolo because Piccolo is the next fighter that Frost is fighting. Basically. So episode it was Piccolo versus Frost, and that pretty much, in the episode name, that gives away who's fighting next. Shake it all on the special beam cannon there. So you know what I mean there. Got to see the special beam cannon again, but we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, people. So after this, the fight, or the episode, it starts off, Goku's knocked out in the ring, and they officially declare Frost the winner, quotation marks, because he cheated. So then Chi-Chi decides to jump so many different surfaces. I was like, wait, Chi-Chi is caring for Goku? Where was this? Where was this for Dragon Ball Z? She was a dick to Gohan, or not Gohan, Goku. Freaking in Dragon Ball Z. Then again, she was a dick to Gohan too. Actually, let me rephrase that. She was dick to everybody in Dragon Ball Z. She's jumping all these high places just to get to Goku, the savior, the superhero up in here. And she's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And she's like, she's starting to all cry and stuff like that. And she's like, "I thought you were a goner. I thought you were dead." And I'm like, Goku's died twice. You've already witnessed this 2 times already. So now you're gonna really? He's died 2 times already though. So Chi-Chi should be we can just revive him with the Dragon Balls and shit like that. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. It's fine. But I just kind of surprised her reaction since Goku died 2 times already. So it's just whatever. Anyways, so basically Champa's all happy and whatnot, and Beerus is just all pissed that Goku lost because Goku is, let's face it, his #1 trump card in all of this. So I mean, let's face it. After this, basically Frost comes to Goku, and he says it was a good fight, and he shakes his hand and whatnot, has respect, and he actually raises his hand and stuff like that. What a phony, by the way, phony character right here. He's like a dirty politician. You know what I mean? A guy that's he's good on the he's good on the outside, but he's evil in the inside. He's kind of like that type of character is what I was getting at from this guy, because I was like, dude, you cheated you cheated, you cheated, and you freaking are just like, oh yeah, it was cool. This fight was awesome, like, so yeah. Piccolo then is elected to fight Frost next. They're like, well, also Beerus, he was all pissed at Goku. And he's like, you needed this. You're not gonna get another chance. This is where you needed to win. This is the fight that counted and stuff like that. And then Champa's like, oh, you all mad or whatever. And then he's like all buddies with Goku. It's like, oh my God, Beerus is He's like, I'm never gonna hear the end of this if Champa wins and shit like that. So he's like, oh yeah, we're all cool. And so then Piccolo talks to Vegeta, and Goku is like, so do I have a chance? And it's like, no. And they're like, thought so. And so Piccolo, he takes off his weights, throws it at the referee and stuff. Piccolo's ready to fight. He's powering up his special beam cannon. Frost is like, oh, well, it takes you a long time. You have to charge it up. So then he uses, his, multiplying technique right there. And Champa gets all pissed about that. Also Frost did also use his, I believe it was a death beam. He used the death beam on his knee, so Piccolo couldn't dodge as much because he was dodging for a while Frost's techniques and stuff. So he was planning, this disguise techniques, and Champa's complaining, oh, he can't do that. He can't do that. It's cheating. It's against the rules and stuff like that. And the referee is like, it's a physical body appearance. He's allowed to do it. And he's like, no, he's not. And he's like, I can just destroy you or whatever. And then Beerus is like, hey, stop talking about the referee. Destroyers rules don't apply here. It's the referees that applies here. And then Whis is like, you're not serious about that, are you? He's like, no. So I'm like, oh, so you guys are just both being hypocrites for one another at this point. But so Piccolo, like I said, they were dodging, he lost his knee. Frost, being what he is, eventually they get to the point where it's like, after he takes out all of the Piccolos, the extra Piccolos, Frost is he's ready to take him out. So he's just like, he goes right up to him. It looks like he loses the special beam cannon, because he's, taking him out. And he puts him to the side of the ring. He's punching him. He's punching him while he's powering up the special beam cannon. And then after that, Piccolo, loses it. He loses it, because he uses an attack against him. And then after that, Frost loses. He lowers his guard basically, and Piccolo then catches him. He catches him with his hand and stuff. And so he's like, no, I'm ready to use my special beam cannon. And so he's powering up the special beam cannon. This point is where the commercial break is. It was really cool how Christopher Sabat just delivered that special beam cannon. Now it's time to deliver my special beam cannon. So goes to break. When I get back to break, it's just he's ready to do it, and he's like, he's gonna take him out. He's gonna take Frost out because Frost is already, slightly damaged from Goku's fight. Piccolo, is he's just ready to go. He's ready to do the special beam cannon, and then all of a sudden we see it this time. In the last episode, they didn't really show us what happened. They just showed the side effects. But they show it this time since Piccolo's hand was touching Frost, because he used the expansion thing to wrap his hand around him to trap Frost. because of this, Frost just used his hand. It had some speck thing in there, and he basically made Piccolo loose, and then after that, he loses a special beam cannon, and then Frost takes him out with a death beam attack. And that's how the fight ends, and Frost wins, or is declared the winner. However, while this was going on, Jocko actually moved to the seats where the Universe 7 fighters were at to get a closer look while this fight was going on. And Jocko had suspected something, I guess, from the previous episode, or from the previous fight, which is why he wanted to observe it closer. And after Piccolo was declared the loser in the fight to Frost, Jocko spoke out and said that he cheated. And, he says his eyes see all, and basically Ciampa's then complaining that you're a sore loser and stuff like that, and he, and whatnot. And, he says he's gonna, take him out or whatever, and Beerus is like, I don't care if he takes you out, I want to see what's under him. So the referee does check Frost then out, and obviously Jocko's is kind of sad because, he's, knows if he's wrong, then he's gonna die. But it turns out the referee does find in his right arm the poison device that, or pointer or whatever, that does, help him to win in these fights. And he actually does knock out the referee for a little bit, but then the referee does get to, because I guess the side effect only lasts for maybe like a minute, because the ref was up not soon after. And so then the referee reversed the decision and declared Piccolo the winner by disqualification. Frost was insisting that, this was a legal device, part of his body, but it clearly wasn't. So because of this, Frost was disqualified. However, then Vegeta steps in and says, I want to fight him. And then the referee's like, no, Piccolo, the decision's been already reversed. Piccolo was declared the winner. And then Vegeta's like, Piccolo, you forfeit, right? And then Piccolo just looks at him for a couple seconds and is like, yeah. No, so yeah, while Christopher Sabat's talking to himself. I wonder how that's like. I think he does all his Piccolo lines and then does his Vegeta lines or whatever, but it's so weird probably to say, oh yeah, I'm just talking to myself, a different voice. It must be really interesting doing that. It's just so weird because he's both of those characters. He's Piccolo and Vegeta, so when Vegeta's says that to Piccolo, and then Piccolo just responds, yeah. It's just kind of weird how that all sequences, because they're the same voice actor at this point. So yeah. So anyways, so then Frost gets to advanced even though he was disqualified. Why wasn't he disqualified against Goku? He clearly used this device to beat Goku too, yet they didn't jump to conclusions on that one there. You know what I mean there? But now Universe 7 only has one competitor left, and that's Vegeta there. I imagine that Vegeta's probably going to take Frost out in the next episode, especially since he's already weakened from Goku and stuff. But not even that. He's not going to be able to, or I don't think he's going to be allowed to use his device. I mean, if he does, we'll know now. Obviously, Vegeta knows this. Something tells me what Vegeta's going to do is he's going to go to Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan there, and he's just going to take him out. It seems like Frost is like I said earlier, he's kind of he's good on the outside, but he's evil on the inside there. And I also forgot to mention while I'm talking about all this stuff that was going on about the fight. We also hear Vadu tell Champa that basically Frost started the war, or the war that he supposedly saved. He saved it after he started it, and then he took the credit for saving it. So, it's a double-edged sword. He's not really a good guy. He's like a crooked. Like I said, I think he's like a evil, crooked politician. He's like, he started the war, but he paid the guys off, to start a war, so then he could end it, and then he could come out being the hero of it, and do all these, regular deeds to make himself look like a symbol. So the thing about Frost is he's not like Frieza in that sense, where Frieza, he's just evil on the inside and evil on the outside type thing, where he just goes and does whatever he wants. Frost actually wants to look like a good guy, but in reality, he's a villain because he wants to, for whatever reason, just do all these good deeds to make himself look good. But in reality, he's, evil because he's the one that started the stuff to begin with. So, and Champa actually complained about that for a while because he said, why would you hire someone like that? And Vadu basically said, you didn't tell me, to look for people that were good fighters. You told me to look for people that could win the fight. That's what I did. So, yeah, Champa, you really shouldn't complain because that's your fault. So, yeah, and then Beerus is like, so... Beerus is the first person to say it. So, basically, Frost is all of a sudden no different than Frieza at this point now. And in a way, he's right, but actually he's sort of wrong too, because I don't think Frost... I don't know. He is definitely a villain, but he's not like a villain like Frieza, because he's not conquering stuff. He's like... He seems like more like a character that wants to be known as a good guy, but at the same time he wants to rule stuff, but he doesn't want to take stuff by force. That's why he has all these pawns start these wars for him, so he can get all the credit for taking them out. My only real question about this guy, though, is why doesn't he have a Golden Frieza form? Because to me, I feel like Frost should actually be stronger than Frieza, because Frieza never trained until he was brought back. It seems to me that Frost probably had trained before, because it seems like he never was killed in his universe, because he was always seen as a good guy to everyone. Like, even the Saiyans and pretty much everyone, on Universe 6's team basically testified that he was good, and they were shocked to hear what they were hearing as well when Vadus told them the truth, or told everyone the truth, basically. So, to me, it seems like this guy's been around for a while, and he's never actually been killed, so he's never been revived by the Dragon Balls or whatever. So, someone like him, I feel like, has been training, where Frieza, just started training, for 6 months when he came back to life, and got his Golden Frieza form. So to me, I feel like Frost should have a Golden Frieza form as well, by this point. And I feel like he should be stronger than Frieza, since he's already going toe-to-toe with a Super Saiyan Goku. Though the Super Saiyan Goku of this saga is much stronger than the Super Saiyan of the Frieza saga, obviously, when he fought Frieza. So to me, I feel like he's had to have gotten way stronger than Frieza. But they really don't kind of show that whole concrete type thing, because they're like not really showing anything really where he's at. And so that's why I'm wondering why he hasn't done a golden Frieza form. Maybe it's a silver Frieza form in this universe. Who knows? Since it is a different universe. Who knows? But that was the one thing to note. So Frost decides to fight, or Vegeta wants to fight Frost so that he gets his wish. So Frost is now fighting Vegeta, and Beerus like, "Are you sure you got this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got it. We're gonna get him." So like I said, I imagine that Vegeta is going to kill Frost here. And I think they're doing this because people weren't happy that Vegeta didn't get to kill Frieza, even though Frieza should be killed by Goku. And so I guess they're going to have him kill Frost instead. Or at least that's what it looks like is going to happen here, is that Frost is going to get killed by Vegeta. Don't have an issue with Vegeta getting someone, but I mean, kind of seems kind of ridiculous that, it seems like that they're going to he's going to take out Frost just because fans complained about that, even though, the hope of the universe is the guy who should be taking out Frieza. So we'll see what happens in the next episode if Vegeta does take out Frost. I'm pretty sure that's where they're going with this one. Maybe they'll actually explain why Frost gets a pass on Goku, since Goku clearly should have beaten Frost in his fight. That should have been the disqualification. So that's my whole take on that. And Vegeta and Frost stared each other down. Frost, said his whole evil pep talk. All of a sudden, Frost was acting all evil. He was like, I did what I had to do and stuff like that. So all of a sudden, this whole perspective is completely different now. For people that thought he was a good guy, he's not. He's an underhanded type character. And Vegeta's like, there's no one in any universe that that could, from your race, that could be good or whatever. And so that's how the episode ends. And like I said, very curious to see what happens if Vegeta does get to kill Frost here. Maybe it will shut up fans about Vegeta not being able to kill anyone. This was an interesting episode. We found out Frost's true colors is he's a lying cheater and an underhanded politician, essentially. And that's really about it. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video and my other videos, please subscribe. And I have all my stuff in my playlist for all my reviews and whatnot. And that's about it, guys. Like I said, comment, rate, and if you like this video and my other videos, please subscribe. I have all my other videos in my playlist, and I'm out. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.